Oh, there he is. That's the baby right there. That's a thumbnail right there. Okay, here's my other doggy. This is Winnie. He's a little baby. He's like a year old. He's just a puppy who wants to lick and bite and play. Alright everybody, welcome back to Physiques Gaming. Today, some more Vampire Survivors. As you can see, we got quite a few other characters here. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna pick Mortaccio because he's currently my favorite. Actually, first, sorry, let me go back and show you what power-ups we have gained. So I did a refund, changed some things around, and I maxed out Greed because it kind of makes sense. Ooh, there's reroll, that's new. Once per rank allows you to get different choices when leveling up. Huh, interesting. Anyway, I maxed out Greed first because I figured, well, you know, I'm going to need more coins to buy everything else. Then I think I went like amount, cooldown, and then area. I guess I got one in movement speed. I might as well max it out. It's pretty cheap. And I've been working on growth because I feel like just getting extra EXP is better. So why not? Let's go back now that we looked at those, and let's pick Mortaccio here. He's my favorite so far. And we do have Green Acres, and surviving 30 minutes here is the only achievement that I have not yet gotten. So I guess I could do that, but also it's much harder, and I don't like losing. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do Mad for it. Well, actually, let's do the Inlaid Library, because we get the little bit of extra gold bonus on there. To be fair, I do personally think the library is easier, so I'm kind of giving myself an out here. I'm going to, I think I take the whip. I think Mortaccio is my favorite just because he gets so much extra projectiles. Every time you get more levels, I think, sorry, I shouldn't say that, not every time, but every 10 levels I believe he gets another projectile. So you can imagine it goes pretty crazy. Take Cross. I like Rune Tracer a lot, but I think Cross just outclasses it just a little bit, honestly. More whip. Why not? Let's get more whip. My dog is staring at me. Well, one of them. The other one's on my lap here. You can see his little cute little face, little kitty. I don't know if he wants to sit on my lap too, or if it's getting close to dinner time or something. Actually, they got another hour till they eat, so he's just being a little baby. Yeah, you guys are lucky, lightning ring for sure, that YouTube doesn't have any kind of smell-o-vision going on, because I just finished up at the gym, realized, oh crap, I don't have a video recorded. There's nothing for me to edit, so let me just do something right now, real quick. Take more whip. So, as you can see, my nice cut-off t-shirt here, looking great, looking huge, you know. I'm cracked out on like 200 milligrams of caffeine right now, and I'm ready to go, you know. I'm ripping, I'm roaring, I'm ready. I'm gonna have to poop immediately, but you know, that's just the price you pay for that energy, I guess. More whip. I mean, the whip's doing a lot of work for us here. I feel like Mortaccio's bone is one of the best weapons in the game. And currently it doesn't have any evolutions, and I think honestly it might need to stay that way, because if it could evolve, I think it would just be a little bit too powerful, you know, just a pinch too strong. I think my current rankings right now probably sit with something like Bible at number 1 and Axe at number 2, or maybe they're tied, honestly. I think those are the two best evolutions I've seen. I think the Lightning Ring evolution, one of the newest ones, I think it was just added in the most recent patch, actually really strong. I don't think it's quite as good as the other two I just mentioned, but it's still really strong. I don't really want to get either of those two upgrades, so we're just going to keep pumping up the bone right now. I think that's the plan. We're going to look, obviously, for the upgrade items for our whip and our lightning ring. Hopefully get those early-ish so that we can get those upgrades quick. The new lightning ring upgrade is actually very, very strong. Yeah, we'll go with lightning ring. The cross upgrade is actually really good too. I think it's better in the forest than it is here. I don't want any of these. I really don't. It's either a tract orb or spinach. I don't really want wings. Let's go with spinach, and I guess we can try to find a fire wand later on. It's probably not the worst plan, but it's definitely not the best plan either. We're hoping for a duplicator, and that is for the lightning ring. And we are also hoping for a hollow heart to get our whip upgraded. The cross, I think we need clover. And honestly, that one's kind of rare. I don't know. I shouldn't say that as if I'm coming from a place of authority when I'm not. King Bible, yes. Okay, and we got our first elite guy here, so I'm just gonna stand next to him and let the whip do work. Let the King Bible hit him too. They should both cover that same area. And we should be able to get, yeah, there we go. But I've also found out, you don't have to sit through the whole animation. While it is very fun, if you just right click, it'll skip it. The animation's very fun, you know, huge hit of dopamine, love it. But it kind of goes on, you know. It's like, you know, okay, that's pretty good, but you could stop now. More whip, and we have our spicy food. So we're just deleting people. I should have saved it, but you know, my brain was like, ooh, new item, take it. We take clover here, for sure. Getting that upgraded cross later on. That'll be huge for us. Ouch. I walked into them. I don't know why. So, there will be a return to some other games and some new games. I'm slowly working on getting more editing done for things like Psychonauts and for Wildermyth. Although Wildermyth, I've decided I'm gonna basically do no edits. The only thing I'm cutting out is parts where I like get up to drink water or go to the bathroom or something, walk the dogs, that kind of stuff. I'm leaving in pretty much everything else, especially because I like to read all the lines out loud. I don't know how that comes across, honestly. I like it. It's like reading a book, an audiobook kind of thing. But I don't know if that's something, you know, everyone's like, oh, this is annoying. Why is he talking over the story? I'd rather read it and, you know, have their own voice in my head or something. And to those people I say, too bad. Don't watch my videos. Go watch somebody else or something, you know? But additionally, I hope you do find someone you do like. I'm not saying that with any kind of malice. I'm just saying that with, you know, hey, this is my channel, and kind of decided what I want to do with it, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Yeah, let's get that lightning ring. My wife and I are planning our honeymoon currently, and I think so. We've decided we're gonna be going to Hawaii. The original plan was to go to Spain, but obviously with, you know, the big Covey going around, it's not quite gonna happen. So, gotta stay in the United States, but we still wanted to go, you know, somewhere nice, obviously. And we live sorta on the West Coast, so flying out there is not too pricey, honestly. I expected it to be a lot worse. Really, the expensive part of the whole thing is the lodging, and I'm sure that's not gonna break anyone's brain to hear that it costs a lot of money to live there, even if it's only for a short period of time. But we are both very excited. I'm looking forward to a lot of hiking, honestly. I don't know how much like city stuff we're going to be doing, especially because we're not going to Oahu or the Big Island, which is, you know, kind of the more built up areas. We are going to Maui, which, you know, it's still cities in there and stuff. It's not not deserted by any means. And Kauai is apparently, you know, I'm speaking, everything I'm saying here is just what I've read online. I've never been before, and I don't know anyone who lives there and could tell me the truth, but apparently Kauai is the more natural island, I guess, more left untouched, sort of. So we're both excited for that, to see some natural parks, hang out on the beaches, hopefully do some snorkeling. I'm told that we're a little late for whale watching season, but I'm still, you know, I'm still a little hopeful. Maybe with climate change or something like that, we'll get a little late look at them or something. I don't really know how that works, but that would be actually really interesting. I've never been whale watching. I've never seen one, and you can, you know, read or hear or watch like a documentary all you want, and they'll tell you, oh, this thing's huge, it's the biggest animal, like, ever, not even alive right now, like, legitimately ever in history. And it's like, yeah, cool, alright, whatever, it's big. But, I feel like seeing it with your own eyes is a totally different experience. More cross. Yeah, we're kind of slowing down here. I'm hoping we get, not that, but I was gonna say a duplicator. This is nice, it's just not exactly what I was gonna say. And once we get that, I think we'd be popping off, since we'd get a lot more bone, and that seems to be doing a lot of the damage for us. And improved King Bible, just based on the number of Bibles I'm spinning around, gives me a lot more defense. A huge defense increase in my opinion. You know, I have been needing to build a new computer for a while now. I am currently running a CPU that I bought in, I believe, 2014? It was either 2014 or 2013. But it's pushing years right now, you know? It still does what I need it to do, it's just very slow. Like, for example, those Wildermyth videos, right? It's about an hour long or so. When I render those, so like I do my edits and blah blah blah, I set up the timeline however I want, put in those like, please subscribe, call to action, blah blah blah, you know? And rendering that, a 1 hour video, takes approximately 3.5 hours, I think. And that's with offloading things to the GPU, so it's not like I'm running everything on that old CPU. I have, I bought an RX 5700 XT. Oh, nice, we got the whip to 8. And I got that right before, you know, the prices started going crazy, so the pandemic had just started. King Bible. And I went and I bought one from Micro Center, which I was living in Maryland at the time, so I was very lucky. I had a Micro Center that I could go to physically. Hollow Heart. And I was able to buy it right off the shelf. Basically MSRP, I think the price had gone up at maybe $50, which at the time I was like, oh my gosh, why am I spending more than MSRP and blah, you know? But looking back now, I was incredibly lucky. But that has been doing me very well. You know, it runs all the games I want to run, which is mostly indie games anyway. And it does do the rendering pretty decently. I could have got, I forget what it was, a 2070 Ti or something for a similar price at the time, which I think had like slightly more horsepower to it. But I was interested to see the, what's it called, Smart Memory Access that AMD has when you have an all AMD system. Of course, the CPU I have is the 8350, FX 8350, and that obviously does not support it, you know, not one bit, there's no way. So I'm gonna have to see in the future, next CPU upgrade. I'm hoping the Ryzen 7000 series comes out soon-ish, which apparently, according to rumors, it's supposed to drop in, I think Q3 or maybe Q2. And we'll see, you know, what the pricing is like. It's going to be high. I already know it's going to be high. Everything is, you know, stupid expensive these days with the supposed inflation rate of 7%, which obviously means it's probably closer to like 20 or 15 or something. And obviously manufacturers are just saying like, well, you know, you already are willing to pay 1.5 times what we really need to charge, so why would I charge any less than that? And you know what, they're absolutely right. You cannot blame them. I can blame them, I guess. I can be upset at them and whatnot, but I mean, that's what companies do, I guess, you know? They're like, hey, I could make more money. I'm gonna do that. Oh, nice, we found the duplicator, okay. Oh my gosh, so many crosses, holy cow. Lightning ring. So we're almost at lightning ring level 8 here. That'll be a big upgrade. I think cross might be a similar level of upgrade, maybe slightly better, I don't know. Once we get the Bible, it's game over basically. I mean, it's already game over at this point. I think we're pretty much assured to make it to that 30-minute mark. I will tell you guys, word of warning ahead of time, my game is going to slow down, and it'll probably be like watching a slideshow, honestly. Like, for how simple the game is, it's not the most optimized, and I don't say that in a way to be like pointing fingers at anyone and saying, oh, they made a bad game, this thing isn't great. This game is amazing, and like, I think it might be a solo dev or a very small team. So I cannot say anything bad that's like, why don't you make it better? Why don't you optimize this and that and this and that, you know? It's just the fact of life, right? It runs the way it runs, and that's how it is. And speaking of solo dev things, I've got plans still for the second channel, the game dev channel. I guess I shouldn't say second channel, it's just a different channel, you know? It's not like this one comes first, that one comes second, or that one comes first, this one comes second. They're just totally separate. I probably also shouldn't be spreading myself quite as thin with trying to run both of them, do a full-time job, take care of the house, the dogs, and blah blah blah, but hey, you know, you gotta do some stuff with your life, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with that. Is this gonna be another upgrade? Oh, it is. We got the cross upgrade. Look at that. Heaven Sword. This thing deletes units. Ready? Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay, go the other way. Yeah, there we go. It just mows through them. I forget what tangent I was on. Oh, the second channel, the game dev channel. So I'm thinking of starting a recreation series, like where I take some old Flash games for the start and recreate them in Unity, kind of see how that goes, and then eventually work up to like making some slightly harder games, maybe something like from a PS1 or PS2 era. Not the full thing, obviously. That's a huge endeavor. I'm thinking more like just a prototype, like proof of concept. Like, hey, I made these, you know, 8 different functions that this game had. Like, for example, a fighter game, I baked in a combo or two, or I even just got like character control working. Not so much like, oh, I made Tekken Tag 2, the entire thing, including King's head. Like, I modeled the whole Jaguar onto a human body because it makes so much sense. But I think that'd be interesting. I'm also thinking of just putting in... Okay, hollow hard upgrade. I thought we had the lightning ring ready, but I guess not. Putting in some just some interesting things that I do in Unity, just as like a learning experience slash, you know, something that I think would be useful in the future. Like for example, compute shaders. Oh, Spellbinder, nice, huge find. Very interesting. I like them a lot. I really enjoy working on like parallel tasks. So, more spinach. More duplicator? So something where I can run, you know, if I have this for loop that's like 1 to 1,000,000, but instead of doing them all one at a time, then I can just say, well, you know, run 2,000 of them at once, and we only have to do that 5 times, or whatever the math adds up to there. I can't do math. I should have taken the fire wand there, dang. I think that'd be interesting. I don't know. I'll have to put it out there and see what people think, because I guess the audiences overlap, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm not really sure if they do. So asking on this channel just doesn't give you the same feedback that asking on the very specific channel for it does. I don't know. Well, I guess I'll just have to try it and see what people think. Basically, I'm trying to rip off, what's his name? Not Ben Eater, that's the hardware guy. What's the software guy? I can't think, that's gonna kill me now. I'm sure, I need to look it up, I'm sorry. I need to know. He's a guy who made like, Sebastian Laug, Coding Adventures. That's, basically I would want to rip that off. Take that idea and just rip it off, you know? I don't really like any of these. Well, I already have the upgrade for the Bible. Well, not the upgrade, but I have the item for it. I would prefer to get the wand. So I guess we take this and we go for the wand. You can see this new lightning ring upgrade is actually pretty goated. Clears out a good portion of the screen. Fire wand, there we go, perfect, okay. So now we should only ever get upgrades for items that we actually care about. Basically, I'm just gonna try to max out Fire Wand and King Bible. Oh my gosh, Fire Wand shoots out so many projectiles now. And then we'll have only evolved items, I guess. Well, except the bone. But like I said earlier, I think if the bone had an evolution, it would just be way too strong. They will add it, I'm assuming, because it seems like they're going for adding an evolution to everything from the latest patches. which I don't disagree with. I think it's nice that I always have the option to get upgraded items, but the bone is just so strong. It's just so strong. Maybe it's only good on Mortaccio though, now that I think about it, because if I only ever threw 2 of them, it doesn't do nearly as much. Alright, give me your chest, little guy. Thank you. And which item are you going to give me? Nice, the Bible. The Bible is super powerful on the upgrade, and like nobody really gets to touch you anymore. They already really don't, just because the whip is just keeping them away. But yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. We're making it to 30 minutes for sure. I still haven't killed death. I think that's a thing you can do. I just have never been able to do it. I don't know if you have to cheat or if there's something else to it. But yeah, maybe at some point it'll happen. I think that unlocks another character for you, so there's even more to get to. I still have to buy a few of them. I have them unlocked, I just didn't buy them yet. And those will be interesting, we'll try those out. And I guess to go off on another tangent here, I went and I saw Hamilton in Broadway theaters recently. It was very, very good. So I've had this conversation with my wife and her family multiple times, where I'm like, oh, you know, I don't really think I like musicals or plays, you know, it's just not for me, you know. And my wife, or her dad and her brother are all pretty big into it, so they're always like, what do you mean, you know, like, they're great, it's so fun, blah, blah, blah. And I always say, like, you know, I just don't know if it's for me, I don't know if I like it that much, you know, like, I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not for me. And then every time I go and I see one in person, actually I've never been to a Broadway show, I've only been like, you know, smaller kind of stuff, but still, I go see something in person or even like watch a movie recreation, like we saw the movie for In the Heights, and that was really good. I ended up really enjoying it, and then my wife reminds me, he's like, hey, I thought you didn't like them, you know, hey, what's going on? I thought you didn't like this. And thinking about it more, after we saw Hamilton, I was like, you know what? I think what I don't like is something like Cats, where it's just like a play that's designed to just not make sense. Like, it's enjoyable, the songs are good, seeing it in person I'm sure is great. It's, you know, because the energy is there, and they put all this work into the stage, and the makeup, and the dress up, the costumes. And I'm sure it's good, it's just like, there's no, where's the substance, right? Like, what's happening? It's just a bunch of cats. That, and, I think a lot of my thoughts on it come from, like, going to see, like, a high school version of the play, and it's like, you know, no offense to my friends in high school that were in drama, you know, you guys did a great job, I'm sure you were acting your hearts out, but, it's just not the same, right? So, long tangent to basically say I really enjoyed seeing Hamilton in theaters. Absolutely would recommend it. I'm not sure how long they're going to tour for. I mean, I assume it'll be a while. They made too much money to stop, basically. But would definitely recommend it if you have the means and there's a Broadway place nearby. I really, really enjoyed it. I guess I guess the moral of that tangent was essentially don't write anything off. You gotta try some stuff out. Similar to food, I will eat almost anything. You know, if someone tells me, hey, this tastes good, I'd be like, alright, I believe you, let me try it. Let me get a bite. I went to Mexico for work at one point and tried something, I think it was called escamoles, which was a flambéed ant larva. And, you know, the waiter is talking to me, and he's like telling me, you know, like, oh, it's bugs, flambéed, some ant larvae, and we cook them. And, you know, it's like most reactions would be like, ew, or no, or something, and that's kind of how I felt too. But he was like, oh no, it's like a delicacy here, and it's like right now it's perfectly in season. It's the wet season, and they're laying their eggs, and I don't really know enough about. What is it, etymology, the study of bugs? Or is that, I don't know, ecology, something? I don't know. I don't know enough about that to say if he was right or wrong. Oops, I accidentally hit no. Did not mean to do that. But it was like, yeah, sure, whatever, you know, I'll try it. They bring it out, and let me tell you, that was probably the best thing I've ever eaten. Like, it was incredibly delicious. I don't know if most of the flavor comes from just like the mezcal that they were flambeing it in, or if the larva itself is like packed with that amount of flavor to it. But it was so good. And while I was there, I also had, you know, they bring out like bread and butter to your table and stuff when you're going out to eat. So they do that, right? And that butter had to be illegal in the United States. Honestly, I don't think it would have been allowed. It seemed like the cow had been milked that morning and they had churned the butter like by hand in the back and they had just brought it to my table or something. It was just like absurdly fresh. And, you know, I just don't think that it would have been legal in the United States. And I had 2 bites of it. You know, not like I just took a bite out of the butter, but like, you know, I put a little bit on the bread twice. And I just couldn't. It was too good. Like, it was too much. My taste buds were like, hey, you're overdoing it. You gotta stop here, man. This is getting a little over the top for me. But, yeah, would definitely recommend, you know, get out of your comfort zone. Try out some of those weird things. I'm sure you'll enjoy at least some of them. You never know unless you really give it a shot, right? If you're scared all the time, what are you gonna learn, I guess? You know? Oh, okay, I guess we've maxed out all of our items. So we're just getting money at this point. Mortaccio, pretty dang overpowered. I guess also just getting these items is also overpowered. I'm hoping to find an attractor orb somewhere because we've left a lot of EXP everywhere that we're going. You know, at this point we could probably just stop walking too. I don't know why I'm bothering. Instead, I will pet my little doggy here. You want to see him again? Oh, there he is. That's the baby right there. Oh. Winnie, are you jealous? He's jealous. Your brother's on TV and you aren't. Ooh, another chest. Don't mind if I do. We open. What is it? Oh, I forgot we didn't upgrade that yet. Nice. Now we can definitely just stand still for a while. I gotta say, I don't know if this is good or bad, but doing this recording while I'm cracked out on like 200 and some milligrams of caffeine from a coffee this morning and then another energy drink later in the day as I'm falling asleep after work before going to the gym. Makes me run my mouth the entire time, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna need some feedback on that. Do you guys like me just sitting here and yapping, or would you prefer maybe a little bit less? Just, you know, like just a touch less. I'm still gonna be talking a whole lot and probably wearing more sleeves than I am currently because I don't really think this is a gun show kind of channel. That's a thumbnail right there. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just losing my mind. And we're just gonna have to let this play out for another like 7-8 minutes, I guess, because it's gonna take a little bit. I don't think anyone's gonna kill me. Other than the guy who just ends the game. Like, that just kind of happens. But we will stack this bread. Because I am about that bag. And this should hopefully let me max out that... more money. Max out that EXP gain power up. Get some more meta upgrades. And once I got more of those, I should probably be able to take on the Green Forest. Although, to be honest, if I had this build, I think I would have been fine to survive 30 minutes in the Green Forest anyway. Especially if you get that tiramisu upgrade, so I can get a 1 respawn or something. Ooh, there's the attractor orb. I probably walk past it. Let me get that. More money, please. That's a lot less than I would have thought. Oh well, if you have made it this far into the video, perhaps you can answer for me if there is an overlap then between the audience here for actually playing games and the audience on the game dev channel for developing them. Some more software focused stuff like writing code. Not as much the art side. I'm not an artist. I'll never claim to really be an artist. I will probably be getting assets or making a game that uses cubes as players or something like that, so that the art isn't lacking too much. So I don't know. If there is an overlap, if you happen to be someone who likes both sides, just drop a comment below, let me know, and maybe I could, oh, I guess there's a big baddie here, maybe see about geez, combining them somehow, like taking games I do play here and doing recreations there. Like, I'm sure I could do a recreation of this. I'm not saying it'd be easy, just like I could get something sort of similar going. And also, if you have made it this far, let me know what you guys think of Vampire Survivors. I know there's been a good bit of these coming out from the channel, and I gotta be honest, a lot of that is it's a simple thing. You know, the longest you can play is 30 minutes. It's very easy to record and talk during it. I don't have to be thinking super hard and say like, like Risk of Rain 2 or something, or it's a little bit more work, or Enter the Gungeon. Maybe Enter the Gungeon is also slightly easy, or Mindustry or something like that, where I have to put a good amount of thought into what I'm doing and less into what I'm talking about. Whereas this is much easier for me to be able to just, you know, blab on while I just kind of move left, right, up, down, left, right, up, down. And it's still very enjoyable to play, enjoyable to watch, in my opinion. I've been watching NL play it quite a bit, some McQueeb as well, and you know, they make it interesting, so hopefully I do as well. We'll see. Depends what you guys think, really. Ooh, a big chest. We're gonna let this one run out. Hey, triple money. Man, we made, what, like 5 grand so far? Yeah, exactly 5 grand. Look at that. Is this a bug, or was there just like 50 or 60 of those EXPs in the same spot? I don't know. I'm not mad. Level 84. I wonder if we make it to level 100. There was one achievement that was make it to level 100, and I think I made it there as Imelda. I don't know if I'd be able to make it as other people. I mean, you probably can. I still have, what, 3 minutes? I'm only 15 levels away. I guess that's kind of far. Maybe if I had taken the crown or something, we would have gotten it. I am interested in seeing what the highest DPS item is here at the end. I'm gonna go ahead and venture a guess that it is... It's gotta be either the lightning ring or the cross. I guess it could be the Bible, but it seems like most of these guys are not getting close enough that the Bible is really what's killing them. You can see the game slowing down a good bit here. So the screen is turning more into a slideshow than a game. And that's just kind of how it is when you're working with hardware this old. 8 gigs of slow DDR3 RAM and a GPU that's incredibly bottlenecked by those two things right there. At the very least, I did, so I got that upgraded GPU, which is bottlenecked, like I said, and got an SSD, and that's been the biggest upgrade possible. When I was working with just the hard drives, I would turn my computer on, leave the room, get a sandwich, get some coffee or something like that, come back, and it would be like just booted into Windows. And now I can, you know, press the power button, go grab a bottle of water or drink from the fridge, come back, and it's been sitting there for a minute, waiting for me. Totally different worlds. But, you know, I'm thinking I'm just gonna absolutely ball out and get something ridiculous, the EP machine, and build like the Threadripper 79, 70 or whatever options they have. I don't know if they're even gonna have Threadripper that early on, or if I'm gonna have to wait another year or something. And just put way too much money into it. Probably add some water cooling too. I've never done that. I think it'd be interesting to try. See how that goes. I don't know. Take you guys along for the ride there. I'll probably put a video up on that. I mean, if I'm spending that kind of dough, I'm gonna probably want to record it and put something out for it. Also, I think it's just interesting, you know, with the... I guess this is a little off topic, but so is everything I've been talking about. With the amount of, like, you know, media and stuff that I consume on places like YouTube and Netflix, I always think it's interesting for me to be able to put something out there too, rather than just consume it. I'm gonna take a chicken there because I've kind of been walking into enemies for a little bit. So like, it's very easy for me to sit and, you know, I can watch 30 YouTube videos over some span of time, and that's easy to do. But a lot more difficult is like making something and putting it out there and getting feedback and like hearing what people think and I don't know. Also just learning a new skill. My dog decided to leave me. How mean. Like video editing and recording and whatnot. I guess the recording part isn't much of a skill. It's pretty easy to download OBS and hit record. But maybe more entertaining than recording. That should be the word I use. Like trying to make an interesting record. Okay, here's my other doggy. This is Winnie. He's a little baby. He's like a year old and he's just a puppy who wants to lick and bite and play. Yeah, you're so cute. Aren't you so cute? Aren't you so cute? You're cute. And Teddy, you are very cute too. I will tell you, I absolutely play favorites with my dog, so Teddy is my #1 dog. He's the first dog I ever owned, and I don't think anything can top that. He's going to be my favorite. And there it is. We made it to 30 minutes. Death comes and kills us. We get some extra money, which, I mean, we already made 7 grand. Really? Hellfire was the #1 DPS? I guess, oh, okay, but the lightning ring was the #1 damage. I figured lightning ring or something. I can't believe Hellfire was #1. I guess because it has so many like penetrations to it, that might make sense. Because it, you know, it'll hit one guy and then the guy behind him and the guy behind them and the guy behind them. So, I don't know. Let's run to those upgrades real quick and then we'll close it out. Let's see if we can get growth. Oh, we still don't have enough. We need 12,000. We have 10,000. We need 2 more grand. We can get growth, and then I think from there, maybe I just get these 2 over here. Get we one free revival at 28,000. Oh, and 1 reroll 28,000 as well. Jesus, man, that's expensive. But yeah, that's Vampire Survivors with the guy who just came back from the gym, smells like crap, needs to shave, and showed you his 2 dogs and talked your ear off for half an hour. Let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If not, I don't know why you're here at the 30-minute mark, but thanks for sticking around. See you in the next one. Peace.